All right, so get this. Today, we're diving deep into chicken masala, and it's not just about the deliciousness, which we all know and love.
Yeah, it's definitely delicious.
We're talking like hidden health benefits and all that good stuff. We're using
Yeah.
this awesome article from zenfitpulse.com.
Yeah, ZenFit Pulse. They've got some great stuff on there. Always a good source.
Really solid for health and fitness info. If you haven't checked them out already, seriously, go do it. So this article, it's pretty cool. It takes something we think of as like a total treat yourself meal and breaks down why it can actually be good for you.
Yeah, it's not just, chicken is good protein.
Yep.
It goes way deeper.
Okay, so let's get into it. What makes chicken masala a nutritional all-star?
Well, they break down like the protein content. This specific recipe, 35 grams of protein per serving.
Boom. Hold on. 35.
35. That's like almost 70% of what most people need in a whole day, right there in one meal.
Okay, that's impressive. Way more efficient than like a protein bar or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Way more delicious too, probably.
But is there a downside to getting so much protein from one source?
That's a good point. I mean, you always want a good variety of nutrients, right?
Right.
Don't just eat chicken masala every single meal, but for one meal, this is pretty great.
Okay, cool. So we've got the chicken, but what about the spices? The article mentions turmeric, cumin, coriander, garam masala. I mean, I've heard turmeric is great for inflammation, but what about the others?
Yeah, so it's like each spice brings something different. Cumin helps with digestion and blood sugar. Coriander's got vitamin C and K, and then garam masala, that's a whole blend of spices, and they all work together to boost your metabolism and help you digest.
It's kind of amazing, right? Like all these traditional spices have so many benefits we're still discovering.
Absolutely.
They really were onto something back in the day.
Yeah.
And speaking of onto something, ZenFit Pulse really has a ton of info on all this stuff. Nutrition, wellness, you name it. Honestly, everyone should check out their website and subscribe. I mean, it's great stuff.
Oh, definitely. They make it really easy to understand, too.
Okay, so we've covered the chicken, the spices. Now, what about the rest of the recipe? Is it actually as healthy as it sounds?
Well, this recipe focuses on fresh ingredients, which is always good. They use skinless chicken, onions, tomatoes, low-fat yogurt.
So you're getting good stuff, not just empty calories.
Right. Vitamins, minerals, and that creamy texture from the yogurt without tons of fat.
Okay, cool. But what are the cooking oils?
Yeah, that's important. This recipe recommends olive oil or avocado oil, the good fats, the ones that are good for your heart.
Smart swaps, right?
Exactly. It's about using ingredients that work with your body.
Starting to see why they call this recipe a health superstar.
Yeah, definitely.
And this reminds me, ZenFit Pulse has so many great tips and tricks for healthy cooking, like little swaps and substitutions to make your meals healthier and more delicious. I mean, seriously, subscribe to their website, guys. They break it all down.
Oh, absolutely. They're a great resource for that.
Okay, so we've got all the individual parts, but what about the overall nutrition breakdown? Like, how many calories are we talking here?
Okay, so per serving, about 230 calories, 35 grams of protein, which, remember, is a ton. Only about 6 grams of fat, and those are the healthy fats.
Whoa, that's a crazy good protein to calorie ratio.
Yeah.
What about carbs and fiber?
About 6 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fiber. Not super high in carbs, but you still get some fiber.
Okay, so that's a pretty well-balanced meal on its own then.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, it's not often you get that much flavor and nutrition in one dish. And speaking of nutrition, ZenFit Pulse has these amazing infographics and charts on their website.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a visual person, it makes understanding nutrition so much easier. Really cool
I
stuff.
have to check that out.
Okay, so we know this chicken masala is a nutritional powerhouse, but what about making it a complete meal? What are some ideas for serving and pairing it?
Well, the article suggests pairing it with whole grains like quinoa or brown rice or whole grain roti. Complex carbs for energy and more fiber. And they also recommend adding lots of veggies like broccoli, a salad, spinach, whatever you like.
Right, so basically rounding it out with those extra nutrients and fiber. But what about people on specific diets? Like, could someone on a keto diet eat this?
Ah, totally. They actually suggest cauliflower rice as a low-carb swap for regular rice in the keto version. Same texture, way fewer carbs.
Nice. It's good to know it can be adapted like that. And you know what? ZenFit Pulse has a ton of info on meal planning and making meals work for different diets.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, seriously, their website is goldmine. Subscribe, they've got you covered.
they really do.
So it sounds like chicken masala can be tailored to different needs and preferences without losing the taste or nutrition. That's pretty cool.
Hmm?
Now, the article also has this FAQ section, and one question that caught my eye was about diabetes. Can people with diabetes eat chicken masala?
Right, right. That's a big one. I mean, it's always best to talk to your doctor about your specific needs, but the article suggests that it can definitely be part of a diabetic-friendly diet if you make the right adjustments.
That's good to hear. I mean, it's encouraging that you don't have to give up tasty food just because you have certain dietary needs.
Totally. It's all about being aware and making informed choices.
Well, before we dive into those specifics, we've been going for a bit now, and I want to remind everyone to check out zenfitpulse.com. They have so much great stuff on there, from recipes to workout plans to articles about different health conditions. Really worth subscribing and taking a look around. But now, let's get back to those modifications.
Right.
What are the key things to keep in mind for a diabetic-friendly chicken masala?
Well, the biggest thing is keeping those blood sugar levels stable, right?
Right.
So you want to be mindful of the sugar, keep those portions reasonable, and pairing it with like low glycemic index foods like quinoa or whole grain roti is a good idea.
Makes sense. Smart choices, balance.
Yeah.
It's all connected. Now, another question the article tackles is weight loss. Can you actually eat chicken masala and still lose weight? Because, I mean, it's so flavorful and satisfying, you wouldn't think it would be diet-friendly.
Yeah, that's a common misconception, but this article debunks it. They say chicken masala can definitely be part of a weight loss plan if you're careful about how you prepare it.
So it's not about cutting out flavor altogether. It's about making healthy choices within those flavorful dishes.
Right, exactly.
What are some of those choices? Like, how do you make it more weight loss friendly?
Well, for starters, lean protein
Right.
and not going overboard with the oil.
Okay, yeah.
And those spices we talked about, those are really key too.
Right.
Plus, portion control is always important, no matter what you're eating.
Always.
Yeah.
It's all about balance, isn't it? Enjoying good food, but also taking care of yourself. And this reminds me, ZenFit Pulse has some really great stuff on mindful eating on their website.
Oh.
Yeah, like tips on slowing down, savoring your food, paying attention to when you're actually full. Really helpful stuff if you're trying to be more mindful about what you eat.
Mindful eating is so important. It can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about diabetes, weight loss. What about other diets? Like, could a vegetarian eat this?
Oh, for sure. The article talks about how flexible this dish is. You can totally swap the chicken for tofu, paneer, or even chickpeas.
So you still get that great flavor and the protein, just from a different source.
Exactly. Plant-based protein power.
I love that. It's so cool how adaptable it is. Speaks to how good the basic recipe is, you know?
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason.
And if you're looking for more ideas like that, ZenFit Pulse has a ton of awesome recipes on their website. They're all about fresh, whole ingredients, healthy choices, but still making it delicious.
Yeah, I've seen some of their stuff. It looks really good.
It is. Seriously, check it out and subscribe. You won't regret it.
I might have to.
Okay, so we know it can be adapted, but are there any other tips for making chicken masala even healthier? Anything specific from the ZenFit Pulse article?
Oh, yeah. They have a whole section on pro tips. One thing they mention is using herbs and spices instead of salt to boost the flavor.
Ah, so you cut down on the sodium.
Exactly. Simple swap, big impact.
Smart. What else?
Another one is using nonstick cookware so you can use less oil. Again, it might seem small, but it adds up over time.
It's all about those little changes, right?
Yep, little changes, big results.
And I bet using more herbs and spices makes it even more flavorful, too. What was the last tip?
The last one is just to load it up with veggies. Bell peppers, spinach, peas, whatever you like. More fiber, more nutrients, and it looks prettier, too.
I'm all about sneaking in extra veggies whenever I can.
It's the best way to make a meal healthier.
Totally agree. Now, I'm getting hungry just thinking about all this. Before we move on, I just want to remind everyone about ZenFit Pulse. They really are a fantastic resource for anyone who wants to learn more about nutrition, healthy cooking, just taking care of themselves. I highly recommend checking out their website and subscribing. You will not be disappointed.
I can second that.
Okay, so anything else that stood out to you from the article? Any final takeaways you want to share?
One thing that impressed me was their FAQ section. They covered so many questions, like we talked about diabetes, but they also addressed stuff like sodium content, allergens, how to adjust the spiciness.
Oh, that's good.
Really thorough.
It makes people feel more confident about trying in the recipe, right? Like, 'cause they have all the info they need.
Exactly. It's about empowering people to make good choices.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot, and I think people need some time to digest all this chicken masala knowledge. But before we wrap up, one last reminder to check out ZenFit Pulse. Their website is amazing. They have tons of information on health and fitness. Seriously, subscribe to their content. You'll find all sorts of stuff there.
Workout routines, recipes, they have it all.
It's like having a personal wellness guide right there on your computer. So whether you're a master chef or just starting out, there's something for you on ZenFit Pulse. And hey, if you try their chicken masala recipe, let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear how it turns out.
Okay, that's it for our deep dive into chicken masala. We hope you enjoyed it. And remember, flavorful food can be healthy too. It's all about making smart choices, appreciating good food, and enjoying the process.
Until next time, happy cooking.
It really makes you think differently about food. It's not about deprivation. It's about finding those dishes that are both delicious and good for you, like chicken masala.
What's so cool about it is it's not just a recipe. It's like a whole culinary tradition.
Oh, totally.
It's been around for so long for a reason. It just shows you the power of real ingredients, those amazing spices, and cooking with intention.
That's a great point. It's about connecting with our food, appreciating where it comes from.
Exactly.
Now, tell me, honestly, are you craving chicken masala right now? Because I know I am.
I'm definitely going to make some soon. After all this talk about the flavor and the health benefits, I can't resist. And I kind of want to try some of those variations we talked about, like the tofu version.
Oh, yeah, the vegetarian options.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone listening is feeling inspired to try it out or just wants some more healthy meal ideas, you know where to go, zenfitpulse.com.
They have so many great recipes and tips on their website.
Seriously, they make healthy eating so approachable.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to subscribe to their content. They're always adding new stuff.
It's like having a wellness expert in your pocket.
Exactly. So whether you're a seasoned cook or just starting out, ZenFit Pulse has something for you. And hey, if you make their chicken masala, let us know. We'd love to hear how it goes.
Definitely. Show us your culinary creations.
All right, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the wonderful world of chicken masala. We hope you enjoyed it. And remember, flavor and health can go hand in hand. It's all about making smart choices, appreciating good food, and having fun in the kitchen.
Until next time, happy cooking.